What's happening? It's your boy R. Dot back with another one. You dig? Let's get straight into it, baby. Boom! Alright. Man, today, what's been on my mind today is basically, man, and I know y'all probably heard this before, but most people are living to die. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is going to die. Well, I take it back. Well, everybody is going to die. If I'm trying to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Basically, all in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that most people are just getting by, living to die, instead of dying to live. You know what I mean? Most people are just concerned about the day-to-day struggles, the day-to-day, you know what I'm saying, facts of life or whatever. You know, they ain't worrying about the longevity of things. They more worried about, you know, how they gonna make it until next month when the rent is due. And all they do in all their waking life and how they move is based around that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of the times I like to reflect on my life, and I want to know the reasons for the things that I do, why I operate the way I operate, why I react the way that I react, and what is it possibly in my subconscious mind that makes me sabotage the things that I claim that I want, And then I thought about it. It made me think about, what do I do every day, all day? What is my biggest concerns? What is the things that I feel that, you know what I mean, that tugs at me and pulls at me, and regardless of the fact, I gotta have that done. Like, I gotta pay my mortgage, I gotta, pay my utility bill, my light bills, and they gonna cut my bill, you know what I mean, cut my lights and stuff off of, So I thought about it, and I was like, I'm doing all this extra hustling and bustling day by day, not thinking long term on some short term stuff, and my life is a reflection of all that. My life is a reflection of the short term, soothing things, I guess, by paying my bills, instead of thinking about, why not make moves that's going to set me up to where a light bill is the least of my worries, what I'm going to eat is the least of my worries, where I'm going to lay my head, the roof over my head is the least of my worries. We don't work like that. We work to pay our bills, yo. We work to pay our bills. And we're not working. We working for right now instead of for later. Living to die. Just living to die. Instead of dying to live. Have a burning desire. Have a like, you want it. You want it to, you would die trying to get it. Most of us are just living to die, to make sure that the bare minimum things is okay. And I'm not saying that that's wrong if that's your mind, and that's as far as you perceive, and that is success to you. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about those people who really want more, who really see themselves having more. You know, besides the people that done told you that you can't do it, besides you hyping yourself up that you can't do it, besides you listening to whoever it was that you was listening to, or whatever it was that you was listening to that said that you can't do it, or whatever, it's also your programming. It's also our programming. It's what we program to desire, you know? And that's a form of breaking like a generational curse. You know what I mean? Because those things are a lot of the time is what drove us to have the mind frame that we have about, you know, reaching goals or acquiring the things that we want, that we consider the best in life. You know what I mean? Some of us was programmed like that. And you know, so by default, school teaches you to live to die. You know what I'm saying? School teaches you that. Everything that's in our waking being teaches us to just get the bare minimum, live the American dream, I should say, or, you know, just be average, okay? Just be average, even though you don't think like that. And I don't agree with it, you know? And well, that's going into a whole nother subject and a whole nother topic. But the main thing, you know what I'm saying, is that know what it is as far as the position that you in. What are you doing? Are you, and I'm saying you, but I'm talking about me, because basically, man, I'm really talking to myself, but, you know, but basically you gotta know what you're doing, and what is everything that you're doing in life, everything that revolves around you, everything that makes you tick, everything that makes you happy, everything that makes you sad, everything that you feel that you got to live with, or that you can't live without. Do evaluation on those things and see, are those things is like, how can I say it? How can I explain it? Something that you living for, to like living to die. And you know what I'm saying? Just readjust. And I'm not readjust your thought process that's around it. You know what I mean? Because we got to pay our bills. We got those things, but get in the mind frame to where those things will be the least things that's on your mind. Working towards something I guarantee you, that's something that's the richest people in the world don't think about how things are going to get paid. They get paid. Especially things, I'm talking about like little minuscule things like the light bill and all that type of stuff, unless they in the castle or where they or something like that, or the utilities of their power plant, or the, you know what I'm saying, things like that. But I'm talking about as far as their personal life, I'm pretty sure they're not worried about a light bill. They're not worried about food. They're not worried about like little basic things that we think about. We be thinking about some of the critical, like we be thinking about things that don't even make sense. The average person think about what they're going to eat. And it's not all about being rich. It's not all about being wealthy, but it's about seeing your life how you see your life. And I can only speak for myself, because I'm trying to run up a bag. I'm talking about a bag. You dig? So I'm pretty sure things that we worry about, they don't worry about. We worry about what we're gonna eat every day. They just pay a chef to cook. And if they have some type of like little you know, something that they desire, I guess they'll request it to the chef. But most of the time they're not worrying about that. They worried about, okay, time. How much time to free up more time so they can get more things done and do more things. That's the main thing that those people are worried about. They're not worried. They're worried about time. That's their thing. The more time, the more things that they can get accomplished. And I know I'm going off subject again, but the whole root of this conversation is about die to live, don't live to die, you know? And maybe it's a better way that I could have say that, but that's just how I see it, you know? But think about, you know what I'm saying, where you stand, you know? And I think that'll give you a good idea of where you're at and how you feel about whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, and hopefully it'll give you the, you know, give you the knowledge to, you know, turn things around if it needs to be turned around, you know. But you know how I do, man. I keep you here all day on this beautiful Wednesday, talking your head off, you feel me? So I'm gonna let you go, but make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Put people onto the channel, you dig? Maybe it's something that I said that was confirmation of something that you said, or maybe you know somebody that need to hear it. Either way it goes, don't be stingy with the content, you dig? But it's your boy R. Dot, back with another one, baby. Over and out.